You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, we're going to talk about Chris Sims because, well, Chris Sims, it's his time of the year to go mega viral because he does what? Two things. He releases his quarterback rankings for the NFL draft, and then he will put out his top 40 quarterback list. That's always interesting. There's always an interesting name in there. The thing I always shook my head about with Chris Sims was sort of the disrespect he gave to the GOAT over the years. And yeah, he did disrespect Tom Brady, I think, in a lot of those last few seasons, let's put it that way, when he was out there just playing out of his mind. It's insane. But Sims looks at a lot of things that some pundits don't. Now, in fairness to Chris Sims getting destroyed, and we'll get to some reaction from his quarterback ranking for the prospects that are coming out, we should note that the actual people that do this in the NFL only hit at about a 33% rate. 33 out of every 100 NFL quarterbacks actually are a thing. Think about that overall. All right, so that's at least first-round quarterbacks. So that's something to keep in mind. The NFL is not very good at this either. And that's why you keep seeing so many later-round guys becoming guys. You know, Brock Purdy, Russell Wilson was a third-round pick, I think. You know, Drew Brees was a second-round pick. Derek Carr, second round. Jimmy Garoppolo, second round. And people might come down on those couple of quarterbacks, but they've been in the league for 10 years. And they've been starters for a great portion of that, and Garoppolo made a Super Bowl. So let's get to this. Chris Sims is getting drugged this morning, and it's because of this right here. So here we go. Chris Sims explains why he ranks Drake Maye at number 6 in his 2024 draft, and it originally appeared on NBC Sports Boston. Now, I want you to think about that a second. North Carolina's Drake Maye has been the number 2 ranked quarterback in the 2024 NFL draft for most of the last year. And even though LSU's Jayden Daniels, that's my guy, and Michigan's J.J. McCarthy have rocketed up draft boards during that time, most people still view Maye in that top tier with Daniels and USC's Caleb Williams. Well, look, Dan Orlovsky and Merrill Hodge both. Merrill Hodge said Drake Maye was not a first-round quarterback, and Dan Orlovsky came out and said that, well, Drake Maye should sit an entire season to get ready. Now, it should also be noted some of these same things were said about Justin Herbert at one time, and, well, he's a pretty good quarterback. Now, I mean, that the rest of the team has not helped him, and they still haven't gotten the offensive line right in L.A., but I bet you Harbaugh gets the offensive line right. But not everyone. NBC Sports' Chris Sims actually has Drake Maye ranked number 6 among the quarterbacks in the 2024 class. Here's his ranking. He put it out right there on X. Caleb Williams, number 1. Jayden Daniels, number 2. He does come right out and say that Jayden would be number 1 in other years. Bo Nix, number 3? What? Michael Penix Jr., J.J. McCarthy, Drake Maye. Now, if I was going to do this, I'd be Jayden Daniels, Drake Maye, Caleb Williams. Then I would go probably Michael Penix Jr., then J.J. McCarthy. Bo Nix would probably be last, to be honest with you. Even though I love the experience, I think he's going to struggle a bit in. And where's Joe Milton at? Holy crap, that dude can throw. Sims talked about all these quarterbacks and why he ranked them on his Chris Sims Unbuttoned pod. Quote, there's things you watch and you go, wow. If you watch the highlight package, you go, whoa. You watch the highlight package and you go, wow. He looks the part. He's got prototypical size and kind of has the look of a franchise quarterback. You watch the best games in his career, and yeah, you'll see a few of those great throws, but for every one of those throws, there's like 5 of like, what the hell is that throw? There's no way evaluators and coaches are going to be able to get behind Drake Maye and go, oh, yeah, he's ready to go. He should be the number 2 or number 3 pick in the draft. No way. There are too many things about his game that needs to be polished, better, improved. Sims also added, I think there's potential here. That's where it's tough. There are some things where I go, yes, but I don't think it's anywhere near right around the corner. This would be like, hey, he needs to sit on the bench a little bit. He needs to work on some real mechanical issues that he has. He's got bad footwork, I can tell you that. Going through reads, I don't think he's in the same class as the guys we talked about. And I mean all of them. I think they all go through it and do it quicker. In the pocket, he's the worst in the pocket, the worst. That's not a great look. I mean, that's not a great explanation. I do believe that Chris is watching the tape. I don't think he's lying to anybody. So there's that. But here we go. Because Chris Sims got, he got destroyed, as you can expect. You had Zach Wilson as number 1 in his class. Now you have Bo Nix number 3. You're bad at this. Laugh out loud. This guy just says Chris. Yeah. You said Tom Brady was washed up so many times in your career and that Zach Wilson was a number 1 quarterback in his class. I'll listen to, quote, other analysts respectfully. Name one thing McCarthy does better than Maye. Throw the ball in the pocket. There, I told you something. Anyone can be an NFL analyst nowadays. Yeah, I don't see why not. I hate that kind of comment because, I mean, if you've been watching the game for 40 years and you got a platform you can go on, there's NFL guys, actual ex-players that are trash at breaking down these other players. I don't know what any of that's got to do with anything. Maye as a QB6 is something. I'm sure you'll get the attention you're seeking. Every year when he puts this out, the one thing that is always floated out there along with it is that Chris always puts a shocker in there to get a bunch of attention. And, well, this went mega viral. I mean, he released it yesterday, and about midday, it's got 6.5 million views on it, so it worked. All right, he went viral over this. Can you explain what you see in Bo Nix over Drake Maye when you consider their age and upside? Really, what are people seeing from J.J. McCarthy that we didn't see at Michigan? Well, I do think he showed some things at the Combine. Number one, his arm was a lot better. I'm a Michigan fan, but that offense didn't allow him to really cut that arm loose. His arm looked really live at the Combine. Trying to be different. Chris, I love you so much, but please delete this. Caleb Williams is a bust. Boy, I wouldn't take him number 1, I can tell you. Of course, Chris Sims' 2021 rank always comes back out. Zach Wilson, number 1. Yeah, Kellen Mond, number 4. I thought he was undraftable, and it looks like I might be right. Call me crazy, but I think Penix Jr. will be the best NFL quarterback on this list. I don't hate that. I think there's a world where that could happen. On second thought, good job, Chris. I see someone may be falling to pick number 6 now. That's not what he's saying here. He's saying he's the 6th ranked quarterback, all right, which would put him somewhere in the 2nd round probably. Yikes. Drake Maye is the best quarterback in this draft and is not particularly close. That's yeah. People are mad that Maye is this low. Not saying that's accurate, but his tape is really suspect, but he's 6'4". Yeah. Feels like Drake Maye is losing a lot of steam. Flip Williams and Maye. Chris was one of the few that nailed Lamar Jackson. That's true. If he says Caleb Williams is not number 1, then that's what it is. I would love Jayden, but I'm good with Penix Jr. as a Giant. There's a lot of steam towards New York being done with Daniel Jones. Yeah. The things Major Applewhite did to your head by outplaying and outproducing you at Texas have been wild to watch. Best of luck moving on. He catches some Texas hate from Texas fans in here. This makes me want Drake Maye even more now. I thought this was a parody account, but I also don't see Maye as a great pocket player. Your picks hold no weight. I think Drake Maye and J.J. McCarthy will turn out to be the best quarterbacks in this class. Look, I think that world exists. I do. But the thing about it is, good luck. I mean, look, I do think Drake Maye's too low on this list. Bo Nix would have been last. I'd have probably had Drake third. But the fact is, out of the 6 guys listed, the odds say only 2 of them are going to be good. Only 2 of them are going to end up being good. And it's pretty wild. I've got certain things I want to look at when I evaluate quarterbacks. Number one, the Bill Parcells rules are pretty good and solid to follow as a starting base. Did you play 30 games? Did you win 23 or 24 of them? Do you complete 65% or higher in college completion percentage? And we're just talking statistics, but there's a reason why guys like Brock Purdy, who played all that college football, got all those reps, and is now good in the NFL. He threw the ball. My big thing with McCarthy, and like I said, the combine, even as a Michigan fan, raised my eyebrows because of how lively his arm was. But my issue with him is, even though he played a lot of college ball, he didn't make a lot of throws in college. Very small amount of attempts versus these other quarterbacks coming out. But I also think McCarthy is perfect for somebody like Sean Payton. Like, I can just see him going to Sean Payton and then being like a 8-time Pro Bowler. I could see that world absolutely happening. And then him being one of these 68% completion, 24 touchdown, 5 interception guys for 12 years. That's just, do I expect McCarthy to throw up 40 touchdowns? No. Drake Maye, I think he's kind of all or nothing. He's going to either be a superstar or he's going to be out of the league in like 7 years. He gives me a Blake Bortles feeling, and it's very concerning. Blake was big. Blake had some mobility. Blake even had an NFL season. He threw 35 touchdown passes. And the Jags were like, we got our guy. No, you didn't. He's not in the league. He can't even get a backup job. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.